The silence of your patience after the betrayal is the cruelest sound to them. They were ready for anger, for fury, even for despair. But you didn't give them that. You gave them something far worse. You gave them time. You gave them the void where their lies fester and die a slow, torturous death. And now, they're scared. Scared of what's coming. Scared of the thing they can't control. The looming shadow of your vengeance, waiting in the wings, calm, collected, and undeniably inevitable. They thought they had you figured out, didn't they? Thought they could break you with their deceit. Break you and move on, as if the world would bend to their will. But what they didn't see was that you are different. You're not like everyone else. While the world burns around you, you stay still. You're the eye of the storm. And in that stillness, you plan. In that silence, you heal. You don't rage, you don't scream, you don't act. No, you wait. And that waiting is a torment they cannot escape. They don't understand it. They can't fathom it. How could they? They're the ones who thought they had the power. But the power was never theirs. It was always yours. You see, revenge is not about fire, not about fury. It's about waiting. Waiting until every single strand of their lies is tangled around their necks, until the weight of their deceit drags them to the ground. They believed they would walk away free, but you made them forget. Forget that betrayal has consequences. Patience, it's a tool, a weapon, a shadow. When you are patient, you become the hunter, and they become the prey. They thought the betrayal would be the end of you, but in truth, it was only the beginning of a process they could never escape, no matter how fast they run, no matter how deep they try to hide. You know the power of patience. You know the calmness it brings. But most importantly, you know that nothing in this world is more terrifying than the mind of someone who has been wronged and waits, watches, and plans. It's funny, really. They thought their lies could erase you. But now your silence is the echo of their every mistake, growing louder with each passing second. It's maddening, isn't it? The fact that they can't control this, the fact that they can't predict you anymore. You, who they once manipulated so easily, are now the one in control. And they can feel it. The unease, the panic. It's starting to set in. They try to ignore it. They try to tell themselves that maybe, just maybe, it's all over. But deep down, they know. They know that the longer you stay silent, the deeper you burrow under their skin, the more they feel the weight of their betrayal pressing down on them. They're waiting for you to crack, for you to lash out, for you to scream in rage. But instead, they get nothing. And that nothing is worse than any of the chaos they expected. They thought they could walk away, forgetting that betrayal doesn't let go. It stays. It lingers. And you've mastered the art of letting it eat away at them. You've turned your anger into a cold, calculating thing, a thing that feeds on time and patience. You've learned how to make them suffer, not through acts of violence, but through something far worse: silence. Your patience is a poison, creeping into every moment of their life, twisting everything they once believed about themselves and about you. They'll never see it coming, will they? The moment when your patience finally snaps, when you strike. Not in fury, not in rage, but in cold, calculated precision. They won't be able to prepare. They won't know what hit them. And by the time they realize, it will already be too late. You've outsmarted them, You've outlasted them. And now, it's your time. They can pretend they're fine. They can act like nothing's wrong. But deep inside, they know. They know that the waiting game is over. And when they look over their shoulders, when they feel that cold breeze on the back of their necks, they'll know. They'll know that the real horror of betrayal is not the initial blow. It's the aftermath. The quiet, lingering, haunting aftermath. And the worst part? They'll never understand why. They'll never understand why you waited, why you didn't react, why you didn't lash out like they expected. It will drive them mad. Because in that silence, in that calm, you've already won. You've already taken back control. You see, the true torment doesn't come from the immediate wound. It comes from the slow unraveling. The moment they crossed you, they thought they won. Thought the betrayal was the final blow, the end of the story. But it wasn't. No, it was merely the start of their nightmare. And they never saw the beginning of it coming. They underestimated the power of someone who can wait. They underestimated the consequences of their actions. You've been playing the long game, and now the truth starts to sink in. They thought you would break. They thought they'd get a reaction, but you gave them nothing. You took the anger, the hurt, the pain, and you folded it into something quiet, something dangerous. You turned their words into shadows, their actions into whispers. And that's what haunts them. Not the scream of your betrayal, but the silence that follows. It is suffocating, the weight of their own conscience pressing down harder with each day. They never imagined you could stand so still. They never imagined that you, of all people, could be so composed in the face of their cruelty. And now, they can feel it, can't they? The ground beneath their feet shifting, the walls closing in around them. Every step they take feels like they're walking on broken glass. The world they once controlled, the one they thought they could manipulate with ease, is slipping through their fingers like sand. And they know it. They can feel it. The pressure, the fear, the realization that you're not just waiting, you're watching. And they can't escape the stare that has been fixed on them since the moment they betrayed you. They don't understand how you do it, how you remain so calm. They think they know your limits, your breaking point, but they haven't seen the real you. They haven't seen the depth of your resolve. They believed they could take advantage of your trust, your kindness. They thought they could bend you to their will. But instead, they forged a monster in the silence. The more they ignore it, the louder it becomes, until their minds crack under the weight of their own guilt. They're starting to ask themselves, why hasn't he done anything? Why is he still so calm? Why hasn't he fought back? And with each question, they lose a piece of themselves. Every ounce of confidence they once had begins to drain away, replaced by doubt. The little voice in their head grows louder, the voice that says, maybe he's not done with me yet. Maybe there's something worse coming. And they're right. There is. Because patience is not just a virtue, it's a weapon. A silent weapon waiting for the perfect moment to strike. And they know that, deep down. They've come to realize that this waiting, this silence, is far more dangerous than any explosion of rage. What you're doing to them is far worse than any revenge they could have imagined. It's the mental torture of not knowing when, or how, or where the blow will come. The dread of the unknown, gnawing at them day after day. Every time they make a decision, every time they breathe, They wonder, is this it? Is this the moment? And that uncertainty eats them alive. They can't sleep. They can't think straight. Their every move is calculated with fear, as if at any second, their own actions might lead to their undoing. It's a trap of their own making. They opened the door, and now they're trapped in a room with you, watching the clock tick, knowing that the moment of reckoning is coming closer. They can't go anywhere, not truly. They can't escape what they've done, no matter how far they run. You've already taken a piece of them, a piece that will never return. And that's the beauty of it. You didn't need to destroy them physically. You didn't need to tear them apart in the traditional sense. No, you broke them, mentally. And once that breaks, it's impossible to repair. Each day, their world shrinks a little more. Their thoughts become consumed by you, by your patience, by the realization that while they've moved on, you never did. You're still here, in the background, waiting for them to make one wrong move. Every day is a new struggle, a new battle within themselves, wondering when their time will come. And they'll be looking over their shoulders for the rest of their lives, waiting for the inevitable. But here's the thing, you don't need to rush. The greatest danger of all is the absence of urgency. It's the fact that they know that no matter what they do, you have all the time in the world. That's what they can't escape. Time. Time, and your unwavering certainty that you'll be there when the moment is right. That's what haunts them. Not your anger, not your fury, but your patience. The fact that you can wait until the perfect moment, until every piece falls into place. They can try to move on, they can try to forget, but the clock is ticking. And that tick-tock is a constant reminder of the doom they've sealed for themselves. So they smile, they laugh, they pretend like it's all okay. But inside, they know it's not. Inside, they know that the moment they stop pretending, the moment they let their guard down, you will be there. And that thought is what keeps them up at night. That's what keeps them trapped in a mental prison, where the walls are built by their own fear and regret. They wanted to destroy you, but what they didn't realize is that they destroyed themselves. And now, the silence you've created is the soundtrack to their demise, a sound they'll never escape. The truth, however brutal, is that there is no escape for them. There's no place they can run, no distance far enough to shield them from the consequences of their actions. They think they can carry on, that life will somehow grant them forgiveness. But the universe doesn't care about their apologies. Time doesn't care about their remorse. What matters now is that they've awakened something inside you, something cold, something relentless. They've triggered the clock that will never stop ticking. They try to distract themselves, don't they? With work, with people, with the distractions of a world that moves too fast to see what's right in front of them. But all the while, your patience lingers like a ghost, a constant reminder that they can never outrun their own guilt. And no matter how loud the world gets, no matter how fast they try to move, the quiet, menacing truth remains the same. You are still here, still waiting, still watching. Each day they go on with their lives. They take one more step into a pit they'll never escape. It's not the betrayal that will destroy them. No. It's the unbearable weight of knowing they've invited a predator into their lives. A predator that doesn't rush. A predator that doesn't need to strike immediately. They are like prey, unaware that their fate has already been sealed, waiting only for the right moment to be claimed. They ask themselves, what if I'm wrong? What if he's closer than I think? What if it's all still coming? And that, right there, is the true horror. They will never be free of that question. You've made them prisoners of their own paranoia. The fear that no matter where they go, no matter how many new faces they encounter, you're still there, like a shadow, following them. That thought alone chips away at their soul. Your power doesn't come from the violence you could unleash. It doesn't come from the chaos you could create. It comes from the control you have over them, the fact that you hold all the cards and you choose not to play them. And it drives them mad. They don't know how to deal with a force that doesn't react, that doesn't show its cards, that simply waits. Patience, in this case, is the perfect weapon because it is unseen. It's invisible. They can't grasp it. They can't touch it. But it's there, always there, pressing down on them like the air they breathe. They live every moment with the knowledge that their every action is being judged, their every word analyzed. They can never be fully themselves again because you've made them believe that at any moment they will pay the price. And they know that when the moment comes, it will be swift, it will be precise, and they won't even see it coming. They will only feel the consequences. They wanted to break you, didn't they? They thought they had control. They thought they could shatter your world, tear apart your trust, and walk away unscathed. But that's the mistake they made. They underestimated you. They underestimated your ability to endure, to watch, to wait. And now, the very thing they feared is happening. The fear they planted in you has taken root in them, and they can't stop it. They can't stop the slow, gnawing certainty that the day of reckoning is near. There is no satisfaction in this. There is no triumph in the pain you've caused them, because in the end, their punishment isn't your victory. It's theirs. They did this to themselves. The chains they wear are the ones they forged. The haunting feeling that they're walking on eggshells, that the ground beneath them is unstable. That's the real consequence. They thought they could escape the fallout, but you've made sure that the consequences are as much a part of their life as their next breath. They cannot escape the fact that they hurt you, and they can never unhurt you. And you're not chasing them. You don't need to, because in the end, you've already won. The victory is in the fact that they are already broken. They may never realize it, but you've succeeded in the most terrifying way possible. You've made them live with themselves in a world where their every thought is tainted by the knowledge of what they did to you. In their minds, the reckoning hasn't happened yet. They keep thinking, maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow is when it will come. But what they fail to understand is that the reckoning never ends. It never arrives because it's already there. It's in every second they waste, in every breath they take, in every lie they tell themselves to justify their betrayal. It's in the weight they feel, the panic that rises in their chest every time they realize they can't escape what they've done. And it's all because of you, because of your patience. The price they'll pay is not an explosion of fury. It's not a violent blow to their existence. No, it's the quiet realization that they are living their lives in a constant state of dread. That no matter how much they try to outrun it, they'll always know the truth. They'll always know that you're still out there, still watching, still waiting for the perfect moment to claim what's yours. And that, my friend, is the kind of haunting that never stops. You've already won the war. Now, you wait. Because the greatest trick of all isn't in what you do. It's in what you don't do. And that, my friend, is what's truly terrifying.